Hear you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get us going. So we are Alaska Vocational Technical Center. We are down in Seward. Great choice for Alaskans. All of our programs are 9 months or less. So we go by terms, so 1 term or 2 term. We are located down in Seward, Alaska, just about 2 hours south of Anchorage. We are nationally accredited through the Council on Occupational Education, which means that we have to meet with industry experts every year to make sure that what we're teaching is relevant and on track to help out in that industry. We've been doing this, serving Alaska, since 1969. We have been around a very long time, and we are considered a post-secondary training center. Essentially, what that means is that once you graduate high school or get a GED, then we're the next great stop on getting trained and into that industry. So while we are a post-secondary program, we do have one program called Senior Year to Career. It's a little in-depth, but if you have a high school senior that will have enough credits to graduate and may want to come to us and graduate at the same time as he or she graduates from high school, it's something you can look into. You would have to contact our admissions department to get all of the info you would need in order to go forward with that program. So here's just a kind of an overview of all the population that we've had for the last 5-6 years. We do have a very wide population. Most of them, though, are from South Central and Anchorage and Matsu. But it is a lot of fun to meet all these students. So along with our COE programs, we also have the Maritime Training Center, which is a great place if somebody is interested in the maritime industry. They should definitely go on to our website and check out all the courses they have. They also go through certificates and different licenses and endorsements, and they have a ship simulator, 3 of them, that are state-of-the-art. They actually can be used as sea time for pilots. So if you have students that are interested in the maritime industry, definitely have them check out the Maritime Training Center on our website. So as for our COE programs, we want to talk a little bit about how we do it. We're not like a typical college. We have students come in and they attend the same class 5 days a week. They choose a program is what they do. And for 5 days a week from 8 o'clock or 8:30, I'm sorry, in the morning till 3 or 4 in the afternoon, they are in that program. They are focusing on that career field and that career field alone. They're doing hands-on workplace environment. If they're in the diesel heavy program, they're in the shop. They're working in that shop. If they're welding, they are in there welding for 5 to 6 hours a day. They're gaining that technical knowledge and the professional skills they need, all of it with the whole goal of getting them started in their careers. So now we talked what we do or how we do it. Let's talk a little bit about what we do. So here are some of our COE programs. The first one is Business and Office Technology. This is a 2-term program. It is you come in and you choose a specialty. There's 3 to choose from. There is medical administrative assistant, and accounting specialist. You come in, you choose your specialty. That is what you're working on. This is one of 2 programs that we have available, that we have a partnership with UAF, and they can actually earn credits towards a degree with them if they choose to at the end of the program. So there is a couple things they have to do with that. But that is always an option for them. So this is offered to start in August and in January. And so it's a great opportunity if somebody is interested in that particular industry. So our next one up is industrial welding. This program is a 2-term program as well, starts in August and in January. The first term is spent in structural welding. They work towards their national certification. They have to receive that in order to go on to our second semester, which is pipe welding. And they do a lot of stuff in both semesters. Pipe welding, they also do some manufacturing. All the students that go into that program love that program. It is also a small class. We only take 12 students a start. So there is a lot of one-on-one time with the instructors. Our next program up is Diesel Heavy. It is a 2-term program, starts in August and January. So first term, you're working with the diesel engines. Each student will have their own diesel engine to disassemble, clean, measure, order parts, and reassemble. The second term is everything but the engine. So they work on electronics, hydraulics, transmissions, tracks and undercarriages, and everything else. It is very intensive, and all the students love to get in there and get their hands dirty. Next up is industrial electricity. This is our only program that has a prerequisite, and that prerequisite is 1 year of algebra in high school with a passing grade of C or above. In this program, they get a great overview of all the different aspects of industrial electricity so that they can help decide where they want their focus to be as they go along. They can also work, it helps them earn 1,000 hours towards their State of Alaska Journeyman Electrician's licensing exam, and they can start their apprenticeship while they're here with us. Great program, only starts in August and only takes 15 students. Information technology is another 2-term program, but it only starts in August, just like with industrial electricity. And they learn, it's a very intensive program. They learn everything from the setup to cloud setup. They work on Windows and VMware and Linux. There are other program that we have the articulation agreement with University of Alaska, and they can actually earn 33 credits towards a higher education degree if they choose to do so. So this is the first of our first-term program, or 1-term programs, and that's culinary arts. And in this program, you're going to learn how to cook, but you're also going to learn about all the different aspects of running a restaurant. Hospitality is key, as our instructor says. It's all about learning how to be great in that industry. We love that. This particular class, it's always fun to go tour and get little goodies. But they are a 1-term program. They start in August and in January, and they take 10 students a start. So next up is construction technology. This is a 1-term program. It only starts in January and goes until May. In this program, though, these students get years of training kind of wrapped up into a 5-month training. They start from the bottom up. They learn architecture, they learn how to create the blueprints, and then they go on to make this house. Hopefully you guys can see in the video. They create 2 tiny homes every term, and the students are the ones that do all the work from top to bottom. So they really get exposed to a lot of different aspects of construction, so they can kind of decide where they want to take that focus and run with. And they only take 12 students a start. So next up is our brand new program, Industrial Machine and Maintenance. This is a 1-term program. It's going to start in August. It will take 10 students, and it is all about manufacturing, repairing, and rebuilding. So everybody knows about 3D printing. That's considered additive manufacturing. So what this is subtractive manufacturing. So that piece you see just above the word manufacturer, that piece was actually a solid block of metal, and the students will go into the CAD and the GM programming and learn how to create the blueprints so that they can go in with a lathe and a mill and create the pieces they need to create. It's very cool, very intensive, and they have to be very precise in what they do. So the instructor is very excited. He says that he can remake the world, and we love hearing it. So next up is our plumbing and heating program. This is a 1-term program as well, starts in January. First part of that term, you're going to be learning all aspects of plumbing. Then you're going to get a short introduction to electrical, just enough to make sure that you are good and capable of going into the heating side of things so that you can learn all the different heating aspects that they do. I know they're working on boilers and toyos and all kinds of different things. This is a great program. I know we definitely need these technicians throughout the state and the nation. This is a 1-term program, and they take 12 students. So refrigeration is our last program, and it is a 1-term program as well. And this is industrial refrigeration. So these students come in and learn all these different systems that you're seeing on the screen. They're actually given their own industrial size freezer, and they have to create it, and they have to be able to troubleshoot it, along with a lot of different other aspects of it. A very cool program. All the students coming out of there are getting some amazing jobs. And this just takes 12 students as well. So what that all equals out to is our whole goal, which is careers in the making. And these are all different students that we've had come through working towards getting those careers going. So student success is important to us. We have a completion rate of 92%. And of that 92%, we have a placement rate of 90%. And the reason why we have that is we have someone on staff whose whole job it is to help students get ready and get a job. So she helps teach she teaches classes about job search, resume writing, interview skills, and business communication. She helps with job placement aid with students before they graduate and after they graduate. And she also runs our annual AVTEC job fair, which she has. We had quite a few industries come down and be at the fair and interview with students and make those contacts. So it's a great program for our students. So while we have that, we also want to make sure that our students have a good support system in place. So we have counseling services. We have 2 counselors on site that are assigned to the classes so that the students can reach out to them anytime they need to. They work in all these different areas, but any issues the student may be having, they can go to them. And if they can't help, they know who can. So it's just a great way to make sure that those students have that support system in place. So those are our training areas. I want to talk to you a little bit. We are down in Seward, so I want to talk to you a little bit about our student residential life. All of our students can get a dorm. We have single room dorms that have beds, they have refrigerators, they have organizational walls, they have a desk, they have a nightstand, all these different items. They just need to bring their bedding, their clothes, their tools, and themselves. They share a bathroom with one other dorm mate, and that's it. So there is a lot of area for them to have their own space and relax when they're not in training. Along with those, we have apartments, family apartments available. We also have lounge and study areas on every level of the dorms and in our connected student services area. We offer a shuttle because our campus is a little spread out. So we want to make sure that the students can get where they need to go. So we have a shuttle that will pick them up, take them out to training, pick them up for lunch, and pick them up at the end of the day. We also they will take them to get meals and different things like that over at our local Safeway. And we also have organized recreational activities. We have a person on staff that's her whole job is to help make sure that our students have something to do when they're not training. And they have done some great things. She has equipment rental, so they can rent camping supplies, fishing supplies, barbecuing supplies, all of that. They just hand an ID and she takes care of that. She hands them the stuff, they clean it up, bring it back, they hand back their ID. They do groups, they have crafts, they have a hiking group. They're very active in making sure that the students have something to do after training. So here's a couple pictures. We have a rock wall on site. We have the health center, and then we have a racquetball court where we can do small group volleyball as well. So what does all this cost? This is usually where people get a little ooh looking at it, but this is for the total cost. So that far right column, that is the total cost for the program. That includes the tuition, that includes the room and board, which includes our cafeteria. It also includes items that we don't provide, but you're going to need in order to come. So like the diesel heavy technologies, that program, you would need to spend about $6,500 in tools and toolbox. But we wanted to include that so that they know when they go to do the funding, that that's what they need to come up with. And speaking of funding, first, as students do, part of our application process is the FAFSA. So that is the first thing we have students do. We have them go and talk to a local Alaska Job Center. You can go in there if they've applied and been accepted. They can say, hey, I'm going for the welding program. They fill out some paperwork and they may have grants available to help them cover the costs. We also take scholarships, all different scholarships, the Alaska School Counselors, Alaska Performance Scholarship, pretty much any of the scholarships you can come up with, we will take. Native and village corporations often help out their students, which is awesome. And we also take veterans resources. And one little last plug for financial aid is our youth grant. We have a person on staff that is our WIOA coordinator. She helps out the students anytime she can. So that is always an option. If they qualify, she can most definitely help them out. So if a student wanted to come, what all would it entail? It is a pretty simple process. They complete an application, they pay the application fee, they submit a government issue ID. So that can be a driver's license, a state ID, a native tribal card, anything like that. They submit a high school diploma. So anybody applying while they're still in high school will just send us a set of transcripts showing that they're on their way to graduating, and that can hold their place until they graduate. And then we'll just get a copy of their diploma at that point in time. Successful completion of the TAVE Academy. This is our entrance assessment. We do have this in place, and the reason for this being is that all of these classes are pretty fast paced, and there is no room for us to be able to go in and catch somebody up. So they have to be able to keep up with homework and all of that going on. So they do need to complete the TAVE Academy in order to go into the program, and then complete and submit the FAFSA. And at that point in time, you would talk with admissions and we'd talk to you about when the next available training position would be open. So you can always check us out at our website, which is avtec.edu. And as well as you can always email us with any questions at admissions@avtec.edu. We are happy to answer any questions you may have. You can always, on our website, there's also the virtual presentations, virtual tours, which you can go in and look at any of the training areas we have on campus and let the students kind of check it out. It gives a great summary and it's just a great overall look at what they could be doing. So I am going to stop sharing so I can see. And do we have any questions?
There is one question about the slideshow. Will you be able to share with us this engaging presentation?
Engaging, I love it. I can definitely get it out through PDF. I don't know if you'll get to see all the whoop-de-woos and all of that fun stuff, but all the information would definitely be there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I think we are all glued to our screens.
Good to hear. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. I do have a question about TAVE Academy. Is that something that students have to do before they start the program or while they're already in the program?
So it is before they start the program. It's all part of the application process. So that is done before we ever talk to them about when a class is open.
So that is they take some classes and then do they have to take the TAPE test at the end? No. Okay.
Nope.
I wanted to make that clarification because I know in the past there was a TAPE test that was a requirement, but no longer, right? Okay.
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. So the new program starting in August 2025, yes?
It actually started this year.
Oh, okay.
But it is a brand new program. We just got approved for it this last spring. So we started it this year. We're very excited about it. Every time we go in for a tour, all of us want to quit our jobs and go do it because it just looks amazing.
Do you maintain wait lists for your programs?
Not necessarily wait lists. We do have a list of students. If a program is full, we have a list of students that we'll contact for the next class. But it's not done on the way our admissions works is that when we open up the program, say in February for August, We contact all the people on that list and say, hey, the welding class is open. There's 12 spots. The person that either pays or shows funding gets the slot. And then the first 12 that do that are the ones that get those slots.
Mm-hmm. In other words, start early, working with all the sources of funding so you have it all put together.
Yes. Yep. That's what scholarships. I always tell people, apply for the scholarships. It doesn't matter where you're going, apply for scholarships. And that way you have everything in place for wherever you decide to go.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much, Dusty. Do we have any other questions? If not, well, thank you. Spot on. 10,
All right.
almost 10:30. Thanks so much for joining us today.
No
Have a
problem,
great day.
guys.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.